What's going on, everybody? You know, looks like the chickens are coming home to roost. There's a price for selling out. For some reason, these sellouts don't believe that at the end of the day, it's all make believe. At the end of the day, they will owe. And at the end of the day, they will pay what they owe. We're going to talk about it right here on Gangsta Talk. Damn.
Yeah, son. There's mad kids out there getting cream for the 9-5, bro. Yeah, and I've been doing this for a long time. Shoot the game going for mine.
Alright.
And this is the year when mad cats get peeled. So I'ma spark this line, kick the reel.
Bang them out.
With all this chaos in the realms of the street, your local street dog got to make ends meet. The average Joe's far too slow for the ghetto bro. You better know, when I hit the streets, I like to glow, I like to glisten. And at the same time, stay low, listen, motherfuck the fame. I'm pursuing the dope. My stilo is symbolic to a kilo. Cash is popping, cokies cooking, beefs copping. Ain't that some shit? A player that's used to living rich is now a sticky kid, caught up in a ditch. In 94, Giuliani kicked down the door. In 95, niggas flipped to stay alive. Peeling caps while I laugh. In the stats, the 4.5. Remy in the glass, spark the boom, then I blast. They wanna confine me, sneak up from behind me. Bust a cap in my back and put me where they can't find me. They hate to see a young player pay. I don't wanna see that, son. They rather see him spray. But I'm like Nitty, a Terminator, squeeze the lead off. Using verbs and nouns like rounds to blow your head off. Hitting up spots, heating up blocks. Investing in stocks like Colombian blow crops. I'm out to get cream and ain't no doubt in my mind. Fuck this broke shit, I'm hit, I get down for mine. Yeah, get yours, I get down for mine. Get down for this. Get your money, put your hands in the air. I get down for mine. Get down for hands on the regular. Shit, turn no fear. I get down for mine. Get down for this. Get your money, put your hands in the air. I get down for mine. Get down for this. On the regular. Shit, I hear you wanna be a player. I ain't someplace you bet. Let's play a game of real nigga roulette. With this a DOA as I spray the melee. Contact and punctuation is compared to AKs. You in a daze, overdose for pure funk. I'm fucking off like Tommy Gibb. The karma's a booty smoke. Decapitated rappers in my trunk. I'm sick, pumping skunk, bouncing with my click, popping mega jump. I'm getting back while these clowns be zigzagging. Once this talk about plenty keys, come on, you nickel bagging. I'm blasting off wings and making doubters believe it. You see, I was packing heaters when jokers was banging cheerleaders. Ain't nothing changed, it's still the same in the rap game. I'm known for banging rookies out the frame. Y'all done forgot who was the pimp from the start. Sipping vintage wine, eating a la carte. I'm phenomenal from the abdominal. Far from comical lyrics and sticking the brains like barnacles. Never sleep. I'm bringing the drama to the streets with techniques and rolling in fleets. Ain't nothing sweet about the streets, so I'm poetically ill. I'm pure like cook up and lyrics shine like fish scale. I got the banger at your throat and you ain't showing no signs. K-Dep, let them know I get down for mine. 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 On the regular, shake it, no fear. I get down for mine. I get down for mine. I get down for mine. On the regular, shake it, no fear. I get down for mine. I get down for mine.
All right. Yeah, you know what it is. It's Gangsta Talk with the notorious Gangsta Simp, aka the Black Knight. Yeah, I get down for mine. Welcome everybody to this podcast. You know, before I go in on the Sambo thing, and if you saw the thumbnail, you pretty much know who I'm about to go in on. And but before I get started with that, let me tell you something that I saw. I was surfing around YouTube, watching various channels here and there, and I came across these Hebrew Mizraelites, and they were a little bit more aggressive than usual. So I watched for a little bit, and I noticed that one of them kept talking about Satan. And, it never dawned on me. We've been in the church most of our lives. Many of us were raised in churches. Some of us come from church families. I myself come from a Baptist church family. We had our own church. My uncle owned the church, and we were the first family. We had to get up 5 in the morning on Sunday, go through a rigorous spiritual, military-like regiment to get to the church by 7 a.m. before everyone else. I mean, we had our own van, that would come to the house, pick us up. My mother and father would drive in the car, but the kids, because it was 10 of us, it was 10 kids. And so the kids would ride in the van. And, of course, you wore your Sunday clothes. But anyway, there was a lot of things that we were taught if you were in the church. And one of the things that we were taught is that Satan fell from grace. There was a disagreement between him and God, and a war ensued. And that he fell from grace, and when he fell, he took a third of heaven with him, or a third of the angels. But before all of that happened, it said Satan had become jealous of man. Something about God wanted him to bow to man. Now, I don't know how anybody knows that. Seems kind of strange to me, since none of us have ever seen heaven. Of course, you've heard stories of people say they had visions, or they died and went to heaven, and Jesus showed them around like he was showing them like he was a real estate agent. But there was an argument, and there was a problem up there. It was a throwdown, and Satan lost because he was jealous. It's a little interesting. And here's another thing. How many of us was told that he was the most beautiful angel in heaven? Remember that? Oh, a lot of pastors and preachers still teach that. Satan was the most beautiful angel in heaven. Beautiful angel in heaven. Beautiful angel in heaven. I've only associated beauty with females. I've never associated beauty with a man. Has anyone thought about that? What man would you say is beautiful? To me, no man is beautiful. I would never look at a man and say he was beautiful. I mean, children are beautiful because they're innocent. They're little, they're tiny, they come into this world. Don't matter if they're a female or male. They're babies, though. That's a whole different thing. They're beautiful little lives that just came into this world. We may call babies beautiful, but a man? When I think of beauty, I never think of a male. I only think of women or inanimate objects, like somebody built a beautiful home, or, wow, look at that car. It's a beautiful car. Never a man, though. A man never comes to my mind. So it leaves the question, well, then what is Satan? Some people say, well, he's not a man. He's not a female. He's a spirit. How do you know? Have you ever seen one? See, we are afraid to ask common questions. because many of us have been scared out of our mind that if we question the pastor, we're going to hell, that we're somehow committing blasphemy. We are doing the unthinkable. We're speaking the unspeakable when we ask questions like, hey, pastor, have you ever seen an angel? No. Then how do you know what one looks like? And how do you recognize one? How is it that you know what Satan is, but you've never seen them? You've never seen him. And how do you know if he's neither male or female? See, we have people that'll tell you, oh, my eyes have seen this and I've seen the angel. Really? A lot of people can tell stories and try to make you believe anything. I mean, you have people now who say that they died for a few minutes and Jesus came to them or an angel came to them and did all of these kinds of things. But they never said what the angel looked like. So it makes me wonder, if you've never seen what the angel looked like, how do you know an angel was the one that helped you? What if it was an alien? Would you believe in an alien before you would believe in an angel? We have all of these depictions of what angels are supposed to be, which comes out of the imagination of men. You know, white people with wings, straight hair. Never seen a black angel. Never seen a Latino angel. Never seen a Asian angel. We've only seen white angels. That's it. So I'm wondering if all of the angels are white. Maybe there are no black people in heaven because the only angels that they seem to show you pictures of are white people. Which is kind of ironic when you have people out down here murdering people, conquering people, committing all kinds of human atrocities, but yet they get to be angels too. That don't seem right. But let's get back to the Satan thing, food for thought. He was the most, key pronoun here, right? He was the most beautiful angel in all of heaven. Since when do we associate beauty with men? I know I've never done it. Have you? And this information has been in our minds for decades, and we've never thought about it. I will admit I've never thought about it up until yesterday when I was watching these Hebrew Israelites aggressively trying to scam regular people. Talked about Satan was the most beautiful angel and he fell from heaven. And then the whole story about what went down in heaven. Apparently, God created man and Satan had a problem with it. Became jealous. Now, usually, we associate jealousy with women because women become jealous extremely quickly of other women. So Satan saw a man and got jealous. And then a fight broke out. Now, apparently all of the angels were white because there were no black angels that fell with Satan. Because when you look at all the biblical pictures of Satan falling out of heaven, he's white and all of the angels are white. There are no dark-skinned angels. There are no brown-skinned angels, no beige-skinned angels, no red-skinned angels, none of that. They're all white. So it kind of makes me wonder, where did this really take place? I mean, did it take place in some kind of white utopia? Is that what heaven is, a white utopia? And again, I've never associated beauty with a man, have you? It kind of makes me wonder. I won't say it yet, but it sounds weird to me that somebody would call a man the most beautiful angel in heaven, especially another man. Maybe a woman might say something like that because women are different from us. They may say something like that. Maybe they see his feathers. I mean, not feathers, his wings, and say he's got beautiful. I don't know. I just never associated beauty with a male. It sounds real suspect to me. Just thought I'd put that out there, let y'all know what I was thinking. But anyway, let's get on with the show. The cost of being a Sambo. Ha ha ha. And I can't say that I'm sorry for Mr. Bill Cosby. He's getting what he deserves. That's what you get for being a Sambo. What you thought? You thought you were white? You thought you were part of the 1% white elite? You thought that you were their brother? And they are dogging him out, and he deserved every bit of what he get. All those years of being a Sambo, looking down on his people. He got a few butter biscuits. Shout out to Tariq Nasheed. Few butter biscuits. Got a little high and mighty. Got spanked. Then tried to get high and mighty again and got smoked. And I mean, they threw the kitchen sink at him. And he deserved, and I don't want to hear nothing about, oh, this Bill Cosby, he made the cut. So what? Who care about it making a Cosby show? That wasn't even a real depiction of black families anyway back then. That was a depiction of a white family in blackface. So, Mr. Cosby apparently don't want to take a sex offender therapy treatment. He refuses to. Now he wants to pick a times of all times to try to stand up for himself as a black man. But you didn't stand up for your wife when you were cheating on her with white women, when you were committing atrocious infidelities. You didn't stand up for your wife. Your wife didn't mean anything to you, even though she stood by your side. She meant nothing to you, because if she did, you wouldn't have been committing all of these atrocities behind her back, taking her love in vain, disrespecting your marriage, disrespecting her. So now they want you to forever be humiliated. Because that's what this is all about, people. This is about getting the bucks in line. This is about the master sending a clear message to his pets. I will not have any of my pets turn against me. If they do, this is what will happen to you. What's happening to Bill Cosby awaits all coons and Sambos. You see, because the master has no loyalty to you. It is you who has the loyalty and have to constantly prove your loyalty to him. Now, according to an article, Mr. Cosby refuses to take sex offender treatment to prevent violence. Wow, they even threw violence in there. How about that? Mr. TV Dad, Mr. Heathcliff Huxtable. What kind of Negro you know named Heathcliff? And got a son named Theodore. Theodore Huxtable. Heathcliff Huxtable. So, well, I'm not saying, I'm just saying. So he refused to take the sex offender and violent treatment. Now he's trying to be pro-black. Go figure that. But your wife Camille stood by your side, who believed in you, and probably tried her best to forgive one infidelity after another. And you continued. I mean, you even did it to the tune of bragging in front of her face and showing off in front of her face with your corncob pipe and your little fedora hat, posing with white women. Got your little snow bunnies all over you and whatnot. See, what kills me is this shit. This is what makes me mad about when black men take pictures with white women. Do y'all see the proud look they have on their face, or is that just me? These ninjas have such a proud look on their face, like they made it. Like they made it. Like they just reached the mountaintop that Martin Luther King was talking about. You know, Sin G, and shout out to the gorgeous Cynthia G, did a podcast the other day about Skeletor and this black dude. He had the same look on his face. The same proud look, the same I made it look. And so Bill Cosby had the same look on his face. Harry Belafonte. All of them have this look like they just made it because they have a white woman. You don't see pictures of them with black women, and their expressions are like that. You don't see that. You only see that when they're with white women. Like they're proud, like they're like, man, you don't know what time it is. I got me this snow bunny on my arm. I'm no longer white. You see, this is when they lose their blackness and they start calling their names a race. Remember OJ? I'm not white, I'm OJ. Apparently OJ is a race. So who's to stop Bill Cosby from saying this? Well, probably said the same thing. I'm not black, I'm Bill Cosby. That's a race now. So we have a situation, a confrontation between black men and black women. Now, some people say it's already been a confrontation for a long time. Well, probably so. I don't think there was a confrontation until black men decided to go chase after white women. And you know what kills me is you have a lot of brothers on YouTube now who don't want to do anything to improve black society, don't want to do anything to improve themselves, but they want to make every effort that they can to go after white women. They even promote it. So apparently these aren't black people that you should be following. What's dangerous is they are influencing other young black people. So the Bill Cosbys, now they looked up to Bill Cosby. I wonder what they're saying now. Oh, he didn't do it. He got really. So you didn't. So you didn't give all of these women quaaludes and have sex with them? Are they all lying on you? I mean, Nancy Grace was calling you Bill Monster Cosby for crying out loud. I mean, not Cosby, Cosby. Nancy Grace was calling you Bill Monster Cosby. Now, apparently, if you was just having an affair with these women, you would just be a piece of shit, but you wouldn't be a monster. But apparently, you drug these women with the Quaaludes, allegedly. That would make you a monster, sir. And the fact that Camille has to endure this, I feel the sorriest for her. The Bible says, now, I've gone on record and said this many times. Other people are saying it now, but I've been saying this. I'm not a person that believes everything in the Bible isn't true. I do believe that there's a great deal of that Bible that's very true. Now, here's another thing. The Bible says what's done in the dark will come to the light, will come into the light. Apparently, Mr. Cosby's light is shining on him right now. And his day of retribution is here, and he's living in it. At least his earthly retribution. We don't know what's going to happen in his spiritual retribution. But as of right now, his earthly retribution isn't going too well. Apparently, the man believes that he's innocent. Date raping people isn't the behavior of an innocent man. If you're innocent, then why are you date raping people? That's not the behavior of an innocent man. An innocent man wouldn't be in your position, Mr. Cosby. I'm glad this happened because, you see, I never liked Bill Cosby. I always thought he was a coon. I saw it through him from day one. I thought he was a coon. I thought he assimilated into white culture and dressed it up as some kind of phony black culture while telling black people that you can be like white people rather than telling black people that they can be like themselves and soar to new heights off of their own merits and efforts. He wanted you to be like white people because he brought into what they were selling, and he sold us a bill of goods. Then he has absolutely no respect for black women. I mean, we can see that by the way he treated his wife. Who the hell cheats on their wife with 60 women? Who the hell does that? That's insane. I can't even believe that this woman is still around. Well, Bill Monster Cosby, according to Nancy Grace, looks like the chickens have come home to roost. And you're getting what you deserve. Now, remember your pound cake speech? How real was that? See, because if you're out doing these things that you're locked up for, how real was your pound cake speech? How much of that did you really mean? Because the pound cake speech has some serious points in it. But how much of it did you really mean? And then look at you, still wanting black people to be like white people. You can't be a lawyer or a doctor using that kind of language. What's wrong with our language? Why everybody got a problem with our language? Why do the way we speak bother everyone? You know, when I listen to Chinese people speak, I don't understand what they're saying. They're speaking Mandarin or some kind of Chinese. It doesn't bother me. So why, if I speak the way I speak, bothers them? You guys ever notice that? We the only race on the earth that doesn't have freedom of speech. The way we talk bothers people. We can't talk in our own way without someone being bothered. But everyone else can talk the way they want to talk. They're free to say whatever they want to say, however the way they want to say it. And no one is complaining that they're being bothered. But the minute we say something, the minute we do it the way we want to do it, it bothers people. You understand? It bothers people. Now, the thing about Bill Cosby is that, hold on one second. The issue I have with Bill Cosby is you've been sex offending for decades, and now that you've been called out on it and you've been recognized as a sex offender because you took women sexually against their will. That is what that's called when you slip people Mickeys and have sex with them when they're disoriented and cannot fight back. That is sex offending. So why shouldn't you take the sex offender course? Because you are a sex offender. And don't try to play Rap H. Brown now. Don't try to play black activist now. Don't try to stand black now with your black power fist because you have gotten railroaded. Well, I wouldn't say you got railroaded. You've been riding that train that derailed for a while now. The problem is that train that you rode, it ran out of tracks. And now you find yourself at the mercy of Massa. And he is whooping your Sambo ass. And you deserve it. I don't feel sorry for you, and I think black people shouldn't feel sorry for you, and black people shouldn't come to your aid. You've never done anything for us. The United Negro College Fund has nothing to do with black people. That's a white man's thing. They don't have anything to do with us. You donating all that money to the United Negro College Fund with all these starving black families, all these impoverished black families in these neighborhoods that you claim you came out of. Didn't give a dime to any of them. But you go deep, dig in your pocket for white folks. You dig deep in your pocket and put a hole in your pocket for that United Negro College Fund. Trying to make it look like you're doing something for black people when you're not. So we don't have no connection to you, Mr. Cosby. You don't know us, and we don't know you. All we know is what we've seen on TV. Everything we know about you has been on TV. You've been a TV dad. You had a very successful sitcom, and you've been arrested on TV. And you've been tried and convicted on TV. You're probably one of the most famous prisoners in history. And they're making money off you even while you're locked up. Are you kidding me? You're getting paid. After all, you're a superstar. A super sexual predator. Now they get to put the face on a super sexual predator, and that face is yours. Hey, everybody, you want to see what a super sexual predator is? There he is right now. This one even has a name. His, his name is Bill Cosby. That's what you get for torturing that black woman with all of your infidelities. I can't imagine how many nights she cried because she believed in you and you didn't give a damn about her. You didn't give a damn about how much you hurt her. You didn't give a damn about how much she cried. You didn't even give a damn about how it looked. As long as you had your snow bunnies, you were cool. You know, those snow bunnies, they're the ones who turned you in. They're the ones who flipped on you. They're the ones who were at your conviction, calling you a monster. Those same snow bunnies that you were flaunting in your wife's face, taking pictures with, had that proud look on your face. What was funny at the end of the trial, you cried racism. I thought that was hilarious. You had the nerve to cry racism. Seriously? What you thought was happening? You just figured that out? Oh, you probably did a Jesse Lee Peterson when you had your show, when you was on top, Mr. Heathcliff Huxtable. You probably told people there is no racism and black people need to pull themselves up by their bootstraps. Hey, Cosby, you got some straps in jail? You gonna pull yourself up by your bootstraps? You had the nerve to holler racism as if you didn't know it existed all these years. You knew it was racism, but you ignored it as long as you was on top, as long as you was able to get away with being with those snow bunnies and constantly disrespecting your wife. There was no racism, right? And your snow bunnies, when they turned around and bit you in your behind, all of a sudden, this is racist. This is racism. I thought that was funny. Well, I guess it sucks to be you right about now, huh? Can't say you don't deserve it. I was right about you years ago, decades ago. I was right about you. When people thought I was crazy. But some of my own friends I grew up with didn't want to talk to me no more because I kept calling you a coon. I was calling you a coon back in the 90s. What? Bill Cosby ain't no coon. He's America's dad. He's giving us hope. What hope? Are we that pathetic that a TV show is giving us hope? The Cosby Show gave us hope. Well, Heathcliff, looks like you're gonna be doing some time, son. Hope you enjoy it. I wonder if Mill's doing the bid with you. She shouldn't. I guess in the end, the truth will always come out. And I hope that your example to the rest of the coons will give them some pause. Because all you coons out there, this is the end game for you. One slip up, and you'll get Cosby'd. You feel me? Dame, you there?
I'm here.
What's your take on this?
Hey, he's a stubborn old man who won't admit that he done anything wrong. Hey, he's gonna get what he's get. He's not getting parole. Let him do his 10 years.
He did everything wrong. Like
Hmm.
I said, who the hell messes around on their wife with 60 women?
An arrogant, egotistical man.
And it looks like the snow bunnies did him in.
Well, we said about black men messing with snow bunnies. They're gonna get you.
Didn't one of them make a transition to a man or something like that?
Yeah, and you think it's his fault? He because of what he done her, she felt safer being a man.
Wow. That what she said?
No, but that's my take on it.
Okay.
Because even though she was athletic, she was still when she was younger, she was still a girl, and now she's looking masculine, and and that's what happens to some women when they get raped. They try to change their sex or have no sex.
Wow.
And I don't care if he thinks he just felt her up and stuff like that. He violated her. He gave her something to knock her out so he can play with her and use her.
Quaaludes. Quaaludes.
Hmm. She didn't get a chance to have a say in the matter. And then she was a young girl on top of that.
You're giving women quaaludes to have sex with them. Now, I
Hmm.
wonder if black people feel sorry for him. I don't. I knew he was a coon a long time ago. I even lost some friends behind that because they had so much respect for him, they couldn't see that he was a coon. And now he's getting what he deserves. This is what happens, people. Cooning doesn't pay. It's a temporary source of income. That income will eventually run out. The problem with Bill Cosby is he has so much of that money, it's taken him a long time to drain Bill Cosby to the point where he's penniless. The man has an awful amount of money. Go ahead, Dane.
Yeah, he was under coon delusions. Um, that he was above everybody else. Not just everybody black, but everybody.
Right, he became his own race like OJ. Remember OJ said, I'm not black, I'm OJ? OJ turned his name into a race. So, I don't want to gloat on the man. He made his bed, now he has to lie in it. And I think that he's paying for what he did to that woman, to that black woman. How can you call yourself a husband and you're doing that to your wife? That's the kind of stuff that'll make people never want to get married.
Hmm.
Well, let's get on out of here. I didn't plan on staying on too long. I just wanted to comment on the Cosby thing, y'all. The man doesn't want to take a sex offender treatment because he believes he's innocent. He believes that what he did was legal to those women. Now he all of a sudden wants to stand up and be black. I'm not buying it, and I don't support it. I think he has been a coon. He has always been a coon, and he's a coon now. He's a coon that's having a hard time dealing with reality. That the very people that he trusted, snow bunnies and all, turned on him. And now they're having a field day with him. Suits him right. It's his own fault. It's his own fault. It's his own bed. And he has to lie in it, and I don't feel one bit sorry for him. Dame?
Okay. Well, I said he's being a stubborn old man who refuses to accept that he done something wrong, and so he gets what he gets.
All right, let's get on out of here. All right, everybody, peace out.
Yeah, son. There's mad kids out there getting cream for the 9 fed. Bro. Yeah, and I've been doing this for a long time. You know, shoot the game going for mine.
Alright.
And this is the year when mad caps get peeled. So I'ma spark this line, kick the reel.
Bang him out.
With all this chaos in the realms of the street, your local street dog got to make ends meet. The average Joe's far too slow for this ghetto pro. You better know, when I hit the streets, I like to glow, I like to glisten. And at the same time, stay low, listen, motherfuck the fame. I'm pursuing the dope. My stilo is symbolic to a kilo. Cash is popping, coke's cooking, beans is copping. Ain't that some shit? A player that's used to living rich is now a sticky kid, caught up in a ditch. In 94, Giuliani kicked down the door. In 95, niggas flipped to stay alive. Peeling caps while I laugh. In the stats, the 4.5. Remy in the glass, spark the boom, then I blast. They wanna confine me, sneak up from behind me. Bust a cap in my back and put me where they can't find me. They hate to see a young player pay. I don't wanna see that, son. They rather see it sprayed. But I'm like Nitty, a Terminator, squeeze the lead off. Using verbs and nouns like rounds to blow your head off. Hitting up spots, heating up blocks. Investing in stocks like Colombian blow crops. I'm out to get cream and ain't no doubt in my mind. Fuck this broke shit, I'm hit, I get down for mine.